think Alliance will be in the top 4. We're improving every day.
I think the longer the LCS goes, the better we will do.
Now we need to improve a lot and try to win everything that we can.
Everyone has a chance to beat everyone.
Even though we're not as good as we want to be, we had a pretty good start.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the European League Championship Series Summer Split, coming to you live from our studios in Cologne, Germany. I'm Joe Miller here with a co-host so manly that he gives Brown a run for his money. It's Trevor Quickshot Henry.
I just wish I had the moustache to prove it as well, Joe.
Someday.
Someday. Anyways, guys, we are back with 4 more games as our teams continue to fight for position in the standings. Although based on yesterday's games, we might be looking at another tie-filled split as the teams continue to stay neck and neck with each other.
So let's take a quick look back at the news from here in Europe. Starting off with Fnatic. They continue to struggle here in the Summer Split, losing again yesterday to Gambit.
So they had a really solid start to the game versus Gambit yesterday. They, however, fell to pieces when it mattered towards the end game. They just weren't able to get those inhibitors. Even though Fnatic lost the game, though, they are playing stronger than when they lost 8 games back-to-back in the spring split. So we just need to see if they can find the cohesion, find the rotations that they need to stay relevant in the game.
On the positive side of the coin, Alliance and SK Gaming continued their dominance yesterday over the league.
Well, Alliance and SK Gaming are far and away the strongest, most solid-looking teams this split so far. It looks like they've got a great understanding of the macro-level play, and more importantly, they're implementing that in-game. I actually can't wait to see them face off in the very first game of the day. This is a top-of-the-table clash.
Well, let's move away from the teams and have a look at the 5 most popular champions so far this split. Coming in at number 1, 19 picks with 11 wins and 8 losses to his name is Lucian, just proving that he is up there with Twitch, who's not on the most picked list because, quite frankly, he's been banned most of the time. He's followed then by Lee Sin in 2nd place, just 1 pick less at 18, also got 11 wins, 7 losses to his name.
Yeah, one of the most popular junglers just because of the versatility that he offers. Somebody else that can offer a lot is Shyvana. It's a champion that's been up in the top lane, 13 picks, but very interestingly, a great win-loss ratio. 10 wins to only 3 losses. This could be the magic pick to help your team pick up a win. In the support role, I don't think anyone's going to be surprised to hear that Thresh is the number 1 most picked support at 11. A little more even at 7 and 4 as far as your wins and losses are concerned. And interestingly, your most picked 5th champion is Morgana. This is just another trending European support we are seeing in other regions, but much more prolific here in Europe in comparison to the likes of Korea or North America, for example.
Well, we'll have to see how those picks all develop over the course of the season, but for now, it's time to see where our teams currently stand here in the middle of Week 2. As we mentioned, at the top of the table are Alliance and SK Gaming, tied for 1st at 4 wins and 1 loss apiece, and then tied for 3rd. The key word here, by the way, is tied, if you didn't already notice. We have Millennium and the Super Hot Crew at 3 for 2.
And yet another tie for 5th, where Fnatic and Gambit both share 2 wins and 3 losses. And at the bottom of the table, also tied, are the Copenhagen Wolves and Roccat, with 1 win and 4 losses apiece.
Now let's move on to today's action. First up will be that top of the table clash as Alliance take on SK Gaming. Then we'll be moving into Millennium versus Fnatic.
And that will be followed by the Copenhagen Wolves versus Roccat, and then Gambit goes up against the Super Hot Crew. Now, after our games conclude, the European Challenger Series continues with Chantal Machvau versus Gamers 2 in the quarterfinals, where Freak and Zyrene will be calling the action. I sincerely hope I said that right.
You did. It was actually pretty impressive German skills. I got it later on, so I'm gonna beat you on that one.
Yeah, but you should.
Or I might just mess it up as well, like I did last time when we tried to do German stuff. And guys, if you want to track the ELCS or Challenger teams, you can of course find all the statistics, VODs of past matches, articles and much more over at lolesports.com. can also find today's full schedule and vote on the teams that you think will win each of today's face-offs.
We will be checking your votes throughout the day and see who you favored. And while you're on the site, check out the tickets link at the top of the page to get details on how to join us here live in Cologne to watch these games in the studio.
And one thing you can do if you're here in the studio or watching around the world is turn to Twitter and tell us who's your favorite European LCS team and why.
I don't have a favorite, Joe, but the team that gives me the best stories to talk about is my favorite.
What a cop-out.
Anyways, for everyone watching, send your answers to us at LOL Esports with that hashtag LCS. We will check out your tweets and read a few of our favorites on air a bit later in the day.
So